a good bitch. Shit, mira por donde vas, coño. Man, I miss high school. I don't.
Imagine owing over $43 million to a terrifying drug boss. Now imagine your only way out is swallowing balloons and running across the border. Yeah, high school problems seem pretty cute right now, don't they? Guys, the wait is finally, painfully over. After a break that honestly felt like an entire lifetime, Euphoria has returned for season 3. And if you thought this show was going to take it easy on us, you are so wrong. The glitter makeup is gone. The messy high school hallways are completely in the rearview mirror. We have officially entered the terrifying, soul-crushing world of adulthood, and I am going to break down every single wild, jaw-dropping moment from this premiere. Oh, and we really need to talk about what is going on with Cassie and Nate, because the power shift happening in their house right now is actually insane. But hold that thought, we're going to get to that juicy mess in a minute. Trust me, you'll want to hear this. First, let's talk about the giant elephant in the room, the 4-year time jump. In the real world, it's been about 4 years since that crazy season 2 finale. The core cast basically became the biggest stars on the planet. Zendaya was off riding giant sandworms in Dune and hanging out with Spider-Man. And Sweeney and Jacob Elordi basically took over Hollywood. Combine that with the huge writer and actor strikes, and yeah, getting everyone back together took a minute. But honestly, pushing the story forward 4 years was the smartest thing the writers could have done. They aren't trying to pass off 20-somethings as teenagers anymore. They are all out of school, trying to survive their early 20s, and spoiler alert, almost all of them are doing a terrible job at it. Even the ones with good jobs are working for pennies and getting yelled at all day. It's no longer about high school drama. It's about paying bills, surviving, and dealing with all the awful choices they made as teenagers. Also, just a quick heartfelt note, the episode opens beautifully with a tribute to the late Eric Dane. He had filmed his scenes before his tragic passing, so we will still see his story unfold this season. It definitely adds a very real, very heavy layer of emotion to watching the show. Okay, let's jump right into the fire with Rue. The episode is titled Andale, which basically means hurry up or let's go in Spanish. And that makes total sense because Rue is running for her life. She has not kicked her addiction. She just kind of adapted to it. And the biggest nightmare of all is her debt to Lori, that super creepy, calm drug boss from last season. Do you guys remember when Rue's mom flushed Lori's massive suitcase of drugs down the toilet? Yeah, that $10,000 mistake got worse. With Lori's crazy 20% monthly interest rate, over the last 4 years, Rue's dead balloon to, I am not joking, $43,887,000. I get stressed when I owe my friend $5 for a coffee, so I cannot even imagine this. In a very twisted version of being nice, Lori cuts the debt down to a flat $100,000. The catch? Rue has to be her personal drug mule, crossing the dangerous Mexico-California border over and over again until the debt is paid. The camera work here is amazing. It's shaky, fast, and stressful, totally matching Rue's panicked brain. At one point, her absolute junker of a car gets literally stuck balancing on top of a border fence. It's such a perfect picture of where Rue is right now, just teetering right on the edge of totally crashing. And you guys, the show does not hold back on how gross this job is. In a flashback, we see Rue and her friend Faye trying to swallow these drug balloons using KY jelly. It even leads to this super humiliating moment, where Faye completely soils herself on the car ride back, and then a pet comes over to investigate the mess. It's just so nasty. But it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It proves there is zero glamour in this life. If even one of those little balloons tears open inside them, it's instant death. Plus, Rue doesn't have Fez to protect her anymore. Fez is sadly serving a 30-year sentence in prison. So, Lori has moved in with her cousin Harley and his son Wayne. And Wayne? He's totally creeping on Faye. Rue, always looking for a sneaky way out, actually encourages Faye to use Wayne's crush against him, so they can crack his safe, steal the money, and run. But Rue's journey takes a really weird, quiet turn. After abandoning her stuck car, she passes out in a random Texas barn, completely sunburned and dying of thirst. She wakes up and is taken in by this super religious, off-the-grid farming family, called the Millers. Guys, they give her a glass of fresh, unpasteurized milk, and Rue looks at it like it's magic. For a second, sitting at their quiet dinner table, you can tell she actually wants this simple life. No phones, no internet, no danger. She uses a fake name, Ruby, and tells them she's a college journalist writing about the border to explain why she looks so beat up. Later, she talks to her sponsor, Allie, about the whole thing. They have this deep talk about faith, and Rue even starts listening to an audio Bible read by the actor Michael York. It's wild. We don't know if this farming family is just a one-time thing or if they are going to be Rue's way to salvation, but she definitely leaves a piece of her heart in that barn. Alright, let's leave the desert and head to Los Angeles, because our favorite high school girls are having a massive reality check. And I promised you we'd talk about Cassie, and we will, I promise. The setup for it is crazy. In high school, she put on a play that looked like it had $1 million budget. Now, she is a super stressed, low-level assistant on a cheesy soap opera called LA Nights. Her boss is played by actual Hollywood legend Sharon Stone. Lexi just roams around fetching coffee and dealing with giant egos. It really feels like she's just burying herself in work, so she doesn't have to think about Fez being locked in a cage for the next 30 years. Then, there is Maddie. The fiercest girl in school is now a Hollywood talent manager. Sounds glamorous, right? Wrong. The show immediately pops that bubble. She works a miserable desk job, making basically no money. But there's a fun little crossover. One of Maddie's clients, an actor named Dylan, actually works on Lexi's soap opera. Lexi gives him a really smart tip on set, and he totally notices her. Are we sensing a messy romance coming up? I think we are. Oh, and a quick funny side note. To make extra cash, Rue is driving Ubers. But since it's LA, she is literally driving around those street performers on Hollywood Boulevard. Imagine Rue's life falling apart while she gives a ride to a knockoff Batman and Wonder Woman. It's hilarious and so sad at the same time. Okay, it is time. We need to talk about Cassie and Nate, because this is easily the most twisted part of the episode. If you asked me who was doing the best financially, I would have never guessed Cassie. But she is? Kind of. Cassie and Nate are living together in this boring, picture-perfect suburban house. Nate looks like a winner. He took over his dad's big construction business. He drives a fancy McLaren and a Cybertruck. But guess what? He is totally broke. His business is frozen in legal nightmares and building permits. They are bleeding money. So, what is Cassie's brilliant solution? OnlyFans. Cassie is completely obsessed with looking perfect on the internet. She literally wants to spend $50,000 just on flowers for their wedding, because she thinks a perfect wedding will magically fix her broken brain. To pay for it, she starts making adult content, doing silly TikTok dances to get people to click her links. And Nate? He absolutely hates it. He catches her filming, and you can cut the tension with a knife. His fragile ego cannot handle his girlfriend selling her image to the internet. But his business is failing. He needs her money. So he just has to grit his teeth and take it. And here's the crazy part. It completely flips their power dynamic. Cassie, the girl who was always crying and desperate for men to like her, is suddenly holding all the cards. She's the one bringing home the bacon, and she starts treating Nate like he works for her. It is such a dark, fascinating switch-up, and I cannot wait to see how badly this blows up in their faces. But as messy as all that is, it is nothing compared to the new big bad of the season. We thought Elordi was scary? Enter Alamo. Alamo is a massive boss in the Los Angeles underworld. He owns strip clubs, but it's pretty clear he is involved in super dark stuff, like human trafficking. Here is where it all goes wrong. A girl named Tish tragically dies from an overdose, because a batch of Lori's drugs had fentanyl in it. It's a very sad, very real thing happening in the real world today. Because of this fatal mistake, Lori's drugs are suddenly bad news, and Alamo puts a target on Lori's back. And who is currently running Lori's drugs? Rue. Rue gets dragged into Alamo's club, and she is basically seconds away from being executed. What follows is the most stressful scene I have ever watched. Rue starts talking a million miles an hour, telling Alamo her whole life story, her debt, how she was forced to be a mule, just begging for her life. Alamo decides to play a sick game. He puts an apple on Rue's head, raises his gun and says, "Let's see if God believes in you." He shoots, and she survives. In that crazy ringing silence after the gunshot, Rue, who had just been talking about faith with that farming family, actually seems to find a tiny bit of belief in a higher power. because she passes his twisted test. Alamo gives her a job, not as a dancer, but as a fixer, working directly for him. Rue walks out thinking she finally found her golden ticket away from Lori. But come on, this is Euphoria. Trading a scary drug lady for a massive, powerful crime boss is a guaranteed recipe for absolute disaster. This premiere completely wiped the slate clean. They are older, but their choices are just as bad, if not way worse. Rue is playing a deadly game between two crime bosses. Cassie is ruling over Nate with internet money. And Lexi and Maddie are just trying to survive the daily grind while hiding from their pasts. The safety net of high school is totally gone, guys. The stakes have literally never been higher. Now it's your turn. What did you think of the massive 4-year time jump? Did you like it, or do you miss the high school drama? And did you catch any hidden details in the background that I totally missed? Drop your theories in the comments below, because I want to read every single one of them. Do you think Rue is actually going to steal that money? How long until Nate absolutely loses his mind? Let's talk about it down below.